Okay, so we're gonna take a look at this photo here. I'm gonna go through the whole process of how I would edit this photo from start to finish. So all I've done is imported this photo. I'm gonna go through all the raw edits that I would normally do. So I'm gonna start with the curve adjustments here. The one thing I do notice about this photo is that the sun is on the other side of the blue heron. So basically we are going to have to brighten up that part of the photo as well. But overall I'm really quite happy with the photo. Right here I'm using the scope gram. This allows you to see the exposure over the whole photo, not in the red, green, blue setting, but just the overall exposure. So I'm just going to check a couple of things here. Obviously that's way too much. So I'm going to bring the brightness of the whole photo up a little bit. Not very much, because I know I'm going to go back in and bring up the brightness of just the bird in a little bit. Okay, so just going to adjust the contrast a little bit, not too much. This photo doesn't really need a lot of contrast, or a lot more contrast than what we got from the tones. Curve adjustment, sorry. We'll go through. And I noticed with the newest version of the software, the clarity slider is a little bit different. So just kind of messing around with it lately, trying to figure out where it's looking good. And this photo, it looks good here. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, so now go to the saturation. I usually use 15 with this lens, and the standard 10 on the vibrance with this lens. Just adjust this, take a look at a couple of things. With this I try to find a spot where I like it. There's no real perfect setting, you just go for kind of a creative feel, get close to where you like it, and then I like to end up using round numbers like this, just as I'm trying to narrow in on exactly where I want it. See, that's just a little bit too far, I think, for this photo, so we're gonna leave it there, I think. Okay, so let's get the main adjustments done. Everything looks good with the lens. I don't see any fringing in this photo, which is quite good considering you're shooting into the sun. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. As far as the details go, I'm happy with that. I'm not going to add any extra sharpening, and there's no need for noise reduction. I think this was shot at ISO 100. I could check. Yeah, it was. So, and zoomed into 100% or more. You barely see anything, so I'm quite happy with that. Let's go. Obviously I don't use this very often. There's a histogram, so as I say, I don't normally use that. I use this a lot, and you can see it is exposed on the lower end. However, I do like what we're looking at right now, and it's going to give me some extra room when I go into to brighten up the bird here. So that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to focus in on the places that are in the shadow here. So this will take a few minutes. I'll probably fast forward through this. Okay, so I kind of got something I'm liking for the bird. Still gonna do some more adjustments to the photo, but I'm definitely starting to like what we're looking at here. I did leave these parts a little bit darker, as I didn't adjust them at all really, because it's kind of behind leaves, and you'd have a lot of changes with, or a lot of difficulty trying to light up the bird but not the leaves. Definitely can be done, but because it's going to be in the leaves there, it's kind of like it would be in shadow anyways. The only other thing I'm doing here is I'm going to just brighten up the eye, or the colored part of the eye, just a little bit. I just went a little bit into the black there, so just want to erase that, get the shape just to the parts I want to affect. And again, just a little bit, so just with the brightness, just bringing that up. Okay, so you can see it just helps to bring it up a little bit, and like this is what it'd be if you went way too far. It just looks unnatural. Here's a little bit, and just bring it up a couple points more. Okay, so I think I'm happy with that. Here's the kind of before and after, plain raw file, and then bringing it back up. I'm gonna do a few more adjustments to it here, so I'm gonna develop it. Okay, there we go. So this brings it into the other editor in here, and so just gonna go over and check the levels. I do this with most of my photos. Just want to look for a black point. I got one there. I want to make sure there's a white point, so in this case it's the top feathers along here. So I don't want to emphasize those too much, but I do want to make sure that there's a white point. This basically just means you're getting the total range possible in a photo, and so you stretch out the histogram as much as possible. Now you can see there's a dragonfly or something in the water here. Now I find that this is a big distraction, because it's not adding anything to the photo. I'm actually going to go ahead and remove it. So I'm going to take the in-brush painting tool and just take it out. Sorry, before I do that, I like to just duplicate the layer so that I can see the difference that it makes. Oops. I made a really bad selection there. Just go through. Because there's no other details really, just what's in the water, and make a big selection like that. And see just a little spot I'm not happy with, so I'll just try to remove that there, and there we go. And so because I have the two layers, I can turn it on and off and see the difference that it makes. So I'm happy with it not there. It helps bring your eye more to the bird, which is obviously the whole point of the photograph. And I'm pretty happy with this. I'm just going to take another look at brightness and contrast, see if I want to brighten up the photo at all. I don't think that I do. I'm going to add just that little bit more contrast into it. I know I said earlier it didn't need it, but looking at it now, I do like the detail that it adds with the leaves against the bird here. So I'm happy with that. I will leave that on, and good to go. So I'm just going to export this photo now, and that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks.